Hey, hey, hey. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. We got the little man here. Hey, trying to get him to go to sleep. He want to look at the lights. Look, 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 look. Don't spit up, though. Don't do the spit up move. All right. There you go. Say hey. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Don't do the spit up move on here, okay? Don't get stage fright. Hey, 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 hey. All right. So now I got to do my little method to put him to sleep. Be wide. Oh, wait. Got to do the daddy thing. This guy is getting too big. You ready? Okay. Say hey. Good night, everybody. I'm about to put on the bed while we do this talk.
Hey. What's up? What's up? What's up? Where we at? Uh-oh. You in a big mood?
Yes.
How big? How big?
Let's go.
Happy what day is today?
Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, guys. Where y'all chiming in from? I got the hiccups, so excuse me. Excusez-moi. I got the hiccups. We gotta move back over here. Let's get the production together. How we doing? Oh, I do my thing.
Okay. We don't own the rights to the music, so
We don't own the rights to this music.
But they probably already cut that off, so
right. Let's go ahead and get started, you guys. What's up? What's up? Today is the last day of the month. Again, excuse my hiccups. Last day of the month. And we are talking a little bit different. What is it? Lifeguard? Your marriage. Aw. You all right there? You need some help? Brother Barker, watch your feet now. You don't got no sandals. I'm gonna roll over your toe. Let's go ahead and get started. Hope it's funny.
Situation.
Let's go and let's talk about it. So the last day of the month, we were out on the beach a couple of days for like the week last week. But you have to fix yourself. Like you're a big dude you know what I'm saying?
Right here.
Are you in there?
Yeah.
You gotta turn it. No, but half of you. The whole me. So a little better. There, you got the little baby's butt in there. Let's go back. There you go. You don't want to be next to me today or something? This little green thing is getting on my nerve back here. You can see my anyway, so we were discussing, we were doing more of the sexual stuff and all that funness. But today we wanted to switch it up. The last day of the month, we wanted to get into something interesting. We might have to talk. That happened while we were down on the beach. And this is where Brandon's came up with the topic for today. And I think think it's pretty good. What you got going on?
Yeah, so we was at the beach just week before Memorial Weekend. And so the interesting thing is my son always go to the beach. He goes to the beach with us, and my oldest son said, "Hey Dad, like what does the lifeguard really do? You know, what do they do out here? Like they always just sitting out here looking at us at the beach, right?" And I said, "Well, one thing they make sure is that the waves are not getting too high. So we're able to still swim and we don't get swept away by the tide, and the tide doesn't pull us out to sea. So that's one thing." And then I
Scare
said,
him now.
yeah, and then I said the next thing is also to, if somebody might be drowning or they need help in the water, that they can help and assist by rescuing them out of the water. Another thing is that they see any type of, maybe
Shark.
sharks or something like
Which
that.
we did see dolphins
We did see dolphins.
out there, excuse me.
If they see sharks, they can warn people and stuff about the sharks and stuff.
So
So
fast forward.
fast forward, we were out there. You know more about the story. You still want me to tell the story since you got the hiccup?
Kind of slow with it though.
You want me to tell the story?
So moving forward, during the day,
Because
we were
you
at the
seen
beach
more
hanging
of
out. I was. Brandon was in the back, fixing our
Taking a
stuff to
tent
go.
down.
And so we were all there, and all of a sudden, we see the people in front of us were playing with the sand, and I saw a big floaty. It's a duck,
A swan float.
swan, and no big deal. Girls were on it playing. This was in the ocean, whatever. And literally, like 5 minutes later, I look up, and the swan is in the middle of the ocean. Like literally, no lie, 25. It's not funny. 25, maybe 30 feet deep in the, like I'm talking about deep, like deep.
It's done swim out to sea.
It went. And why? Because the wind changed directions. So while they were playing, I guess her sisters, everybody was playing, hanging out, everything was cool. And there was the girl had to have been like 5 or 6 years old.
So there was a little girl on the swan.
Girl on the swan.
About 5
And
years old.
I believe I missed what happened in between those 2 minutes while they were here and they were over there. But what it looks like is they were all playing, and when the wind kind of pushed it away, I think the sisters were like, "Oh, it's getting deep. I can't go," and didn't go. And then the swan and the sister was out.
Yeah.
So the lifeguard ran in, jumped. He had to stop halfway and get up and breathe because it was far. When I tell you, she was gone.
Yeah.
She was about to be in Mexico. Like she was out, like for real. She was out there probably with the dolphins.
Yeah, she was out there with the dolphins.
She was, and she was out. If a shark would have came, she would have been a wrap.
But and what did you tell me if that was me? What?
Brandon, I would if it was us. Oh, Brandon would have swam out there. Like, yo, Brandon, go get your child. Somebody get a child. I would have tried or something. But anyways, long story short, so that happened. The lifeguard got to her, brought her back in. Everything was great. Her dad ended up going in the water to meet her finally when she got in.
I don't know.
Where was the dad? Mom didn't. I don't know if it was like the dad's weekend. This is why your dads don't have the kids on the weekends without a mom. You know what I'm saying? Because this happened. So dad went, which the dad should have went in the water to swim too, because
he didn't he
didn't even try to go in. He was just in the beach.
He didn't even go like halfway.
He must be using the child and stepchild, so I don't know. But anyways, so moving forward, that's what happened. Everything was great, peaches and cream. So today's topic, Brandon thought about that and he said, "What about lifeguard your marriage?" And I was like, "Oh, what is that?" So what does lifeguard mean? An expert swimmer employed to rescue people who get into difficulty in a swimming pool or at the beach. Okay, so why are we calling this lifeguard marriage? First of all, I just said lifeguard your marriage. I didn't say is it or how or what, but what does that mean, Mr. Barker?
Pretty much protect your marriage.
No,
I got it in my pocket. No.
A word?
Yeah. So protect your marriage from anything that can destroy your marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I mean by lifeguard your marriage, right? And so when we talked about this topic a little bit earlier today, I asked Jen, I said, what do you get out of it? And she was like, how do you want me to explain it? she gave me a way that she explained it, far as being married, right?
Well, I'm trying to figure out what Mr. Barker was talking about when he mentioned the lifeguard. 'Cause I'm like, lifeguard? You mean like maybe safeguard or protect? It was like, no, think about the situation that happened this weekend. Like, what is a lifeguard? What do? They protect, right? They rescue. And then the definition in difficult situations. So then I started thinking when he told me about the girl scenario, how we were gonna put it in one, I remembered like just thinking when he said the story, we were both discussing it. I immediately thought about when the girl was drifting into the water, she was out, like she was out in 2 seconds. I thought about the marriages that because the sisters, everybody was, you said comfortable, right?
Yeah,
Everybody was comfortable,
nobody was paying attention.
turning up, kids was having a good time in the ocean. I don't know what they was in the ocean without the parent anyways,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
kind of like us, we let the kids go, but not like that. So when he told me that, I immediately thought about in marriage when one spouse or even both are comfortable
but not notice one starts to drift.
and the other one starts to drift, but you don't notice it because the other spouse, let's say for example, me and Brandon, I'm comfortable. Or no, let's just say Brandon. Brandon's comfortable because Brandon do be sweet. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't doing nothing. And y'all know how it is, ladies. You know how the husbands wanna run their mouth. But anyways, so let's just say in our scenario, right? Brandon is comfortable. He's really not paying too much attention, grinding, the job, the business, the kids, blah, 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 regular routine. I'm drifting away as things are getting kind of funny, or I'm just not really there in the mind. I just really we lost the connection, the intimacy. Just giving examples. This is not what's happening, but just giving examples like intimacy is being lost, sexualness is being lost, communication. Now I'm all the way 25, 30 feet deep in, like I'm out, right? The lifeguard is now, do you have someone that can go and help you in your marriage? Do you reach out to people or do they come to you? Or is that even a situation?
Or that drifting
Or
part,
you just let the person drown?
or the person that drifted now it turned into infidelity, right? And now, even though it turned into infidelity, the other spouse is trying to save their marriage.
That's good. So now the spouse becomes the lifeguard.
Yes.
That's good.
And that's not the drifter. The drifter one is still driven away.
I'm out.
So who brings it back to all full center when that happens, right? And so now that you done drifted away, and I see as you drifting and something that happened in our marriage, how do we bring that back to full center to where I bring you back to the intimacy and the closeness and stuff? So what I do is I'll reach out for help, right? And those help
resources. So hold up. I'm sorry to cut you off really quick. I'm thinking of the lifeguard situation when he jumped in. So you're the lifeguard.
Mm-hmm.
You're running towards your marriage.
Well, no, I'm asking for.
You're the dad.
Yeah.
You're the dad.
Yes.
You're the dad on the beach trying to get some help.
Trying to get some help.
So you're looking for resources.
Yes.
So the spouse that was comfortable, what we just noticed, he realized he was comfortable.
Yes.
You realize, oh snap, my wife is drifting. Oh snap, she's not into me like she used to be. Oh snap, the lingerie is not getting put on no more. The sexy time is not happening.
Snap, she had an affair.
Well, if you find out, sometimes people don't, right? So then now you're looking for the resources because now you're trying to, like the dad, let me get my wife back on shore. Let me get her back over here. And like you said, in the marriage, now I have to go and get help before the drowning and the disappearing happens. Because what if the lifeguard would have made it on time?
Well, see, the first thing you're going to say is, okay, so she drifted away, right? And as she drifted away, and I turn around and I notice that she's drifted, the first thing I'm going to say is, oh my God.
She's out.
She's out. Oh my God. Right? So now I'm calling out to God.
Right.
Like,
you need that.
I can't believe that this happened.
that she's even going that direction.
that she's
Because you got to
going.
remember, a drift is the opposite direction.
Yeah. Oh my God. Right. So now that I'm reaching out to God and I'm letting him know I'm aware of what's going on,
Mhm.
what's the next step to my research?
Is it ever too late? Is the question. Is it ever too late when the drifter spouse
Yes.
now has, I've seen scenarios where there's been affairs, there's been children brought about from affairs.
So with the analogy that we gave, would it have been too late if the girl would have fell in the water
Man, the way he was swimming, I don't think he would have made it on time.
to revive her or
Because-
find her?
Right, because it was far.
So think about that. Even find her.
Right.
So that's the thing. Is it too late to save it? Is it too late to find it?
And I like the finding her because I've seen scenarios where the drifter spouse is a whole nother person. Like they done changed just their whole way, their life, their thinking. They got to the point that they don't even want to be with their spouse. They don't love them. It's a whole, like you said,
It's a
you
whole
can't even
nother
find the
person.
person.
Yeah.
Now what?
Right. So that's when, like I said, now you're reaching out for help, right?
And if she's gone, you lost her, that's it.
Yeah, but then before it gets to that point, luckily she didn't go that far away and you was aware that you was able to get some type of help. And that's when the first thing is you reached out to God. Then you communicated to somebody that you need help. Could be what? A therapist,
yeah,
a counselor,
a girlfriend,
you know,
maybe a marriage that you look up to,
a marriage
a
counselor,
mentor,
or anything like that. And you reached out to say, hey, I need help. Can you bring her back in? Right. And that other person was able to talk to the wife and say, hey, I don't think you want to give up on this.
Now, let me ask you something. We have not said this. We haven't discussed this part. Have we thought and considered how the little girl, what she was thinking, what she was feeling, what the thoughts, what she was seeing, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, what about that? Like, let's think about, let's say me.
So now the little girl, she's thinking, do I stay here or I give it up?
Do I jump?
Do I jump?
Go in for somebody to save me?
Or do I just
is someone gonna be able to save me?
Or do I just watch everybody just
watch me go?
Yeah.
You know, and I like how you mentioned that because there's marriages where you and your friends all are watching these scenarios. You're seeing the marriage sometimes not be good. Sometimes, you've been to parties where you see that marriage that they're always arguing or upset or something, and it's the same routine after another, and you're just watching it, and it's like, okay, who's really gonna do something?
Yeah.
Who's really gonna be like, hey man, like every time we see y'all, y'all always arguing.
Or who's gonna be the one to say, are y'all gonna make this work? Or, what are y'all doing? Is it worth it?
Now, I'm glad you mentioned, is it worth it? Now, another funny thing would be, was the little girl, did she think the opposite? Was she like, man, it's nice out here? The pretty blue water. She might have seen a dolphin rolling by. It might have been like, oh, this is, not too shabby. Why even turn around?
Or could she be crying because nobody was paying her attention? And
that's a good one, because the drifter could have been crying for attention in the marriage. Could have been telling the husband, let's say, for example, with us, babe, you're not paying attention, babe, you're not coming over here, babe, you're not loving on me more, babe, let's do date night, you're always at work, you're always with the kids. Now the drifter has been warning the comfortable spouse. Oh, you're fine. Oh, you know how y'all men do. Oh, she's just being extra. Oh, she just want all this love. Oh, she just want 13 kisses in a day. Why she can't ask me for the kiss? Why she can't come over here for the hug?
Yeah.
And you all this time not noticing, unaware that your wife or vice versa, the husband has been trying to tell you in other words, because maybe communication is not all there, has been trying to tell you, hey, what are we doing with our marriage? What's going on? Are we going to sit and talk about this? Can we get help? Can we get sources? I'm going to tell you right now, when it comes to these type of scenarios, this isn't our case, but there has been stories in our marriage. We're not perfect. That similar cases has happened.
Right.
I've reached out to our therapist, like, hey, Brandon, we have an appointment tomorrow at 5 o'clock with Miss Lisa because you're not really paying attention, things are not working out. Because it does happen. And you know, for ladies out there, I feel like lots of times the husbands think that we're extra, think that we're just being dramatic, or we just want this extra love and we just want all the attention. But sometimes it can be overboard, but sometimes it's real. Sometimes it is like, you know what? Yeah, show me that love. Show me that affection. I tell me, why do I gotta chase you for a kiss? Like all the time? No, you come to me. Like, come get me in the ocean. You know?
So, you know, what I'm saying about that, so the story is, it is always some time to save it. And what happened is the lifeguard didn't give up hope.
Mm-hmm.
He continued to do his job.
Oh, that's good too.
So your therapist have hope for you, have hope for your marriage.
Our therapists love us. It's funny. Remember the last scenario we had that he was getting on my nerves. We went to talk to her. She was like, oh, y'all just had one little argument, and like the whole time, you guys will be fine. A little argument every now and then is not bad. I was like, no, this is no bueno. Like, we're not doing this.
The one thing
But
about,
why? Because what you just said.
yeah, but the one thing about when we discussed about the argument is one thing that I noticed that we grew in our therapist and our counseling is that we knew our boundaries with the argument.
Mm-hmm.
We knew when to like shut it off and quit, you know. And sometimes an argument can go a little bit further than expected, and you don't know when to quit or shut it down or whatever. So, and then
Y'all gotta see Brandon be 38.
So, you know, sometimes it's better just to just let it go and just like, okay, all right, you know, or if it gets to that emotion, if it gets to that emotional aspect, then you're like, you know what, I'm done talking about it. Okay, it's getting too deep, too hot in here for this, right? So that's one good thing about actually knowing your boundaries when the conversation do get heated or you have a disagreement. It's just knowing your boundaries or where you want to stay. And the great thing about the lifeguard is he went out there and he swam.
No matter what.
No matter what.
He could have been bit by a shark.
He wasn't thinking about that. His job was to think about saving.
Let me get this girl.
And that's what people got to start looking at your therapist as, and your counselor as, and your marriage counselor as people that are here to rescue and save your marriage.
Mm-hmm. And it's okay.
Yeah, and that's their job. And that's their job, is to help you with saving your marriage and keeping your marriage together and finding different exercises and activities. No matter how deep the problem is, which how deep the water was, he was in 25 feet deep water, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know too many people that would have kind of swam out there.
Right. He was just.
So the thing that he's a lifeguard, guess what? He trained for that. Just like your therapist, they train for this. Mm-hmm. It's not like a rodeo that they never been in before. It's some training that they took up to actually know how to handle these different situations when it comes to your marriage.
Right.
So that's why now that she drifted, I called out to the lifeguard, and maybe the lifeguard could reel her back in. And sometimes it might not be a couple. It might be an individual. She might have to start with the individual counseling before we can bring it back together where me and you are both doing it together.
Speaking about that, at the end, did you see the end? When he got to shore with the dad?
Yeah.
What?
Well, it was the lifeguard talking to the girl and dad.
Yes, but also which I don't know if they were just late or took forever to get there, but backup. He had two other lifeguards finally, well, not like the end, but they were there when he was coming back. But the point is that when he made it to shore, he had a team that was also able to provide resources. What do you need? How can I help you? Is everything okay? Do we got to call the ambulance? What's going on? And I think that's a big deal because it shows that it's not just one person. You know how they say it takes a village to raise a child. I think that's also when it comes to marriages. Like you have a team, you have support system, you have a community, you have other people. I find it interesting, and maybe we'll do a different topic about this, but I find it interesting where in marriage people feel either embarrassed or feel bad or don't want to discuss that things are not good.
Because a lot of marriages feel like it's private and people that are in their business.
But see, so that's what I want to talk about, because yes, things are private. Of course, you don't want to tell the whole,
the world what's going on.
Sunday line pastor.
And you got to be selective on who you
exactly. That's what I was going to say.
About.
But right, you got to be selective. But that's my point. There's cases where 90% of these marriages that are going through issues don't discuss it with anyone. Like they don't ever talk. Maybe a therapist, like, because I know some people that, like, even my close friends, a lot of my close friends talk to me because they know I'm very open. They know I don't judge. I tell them the truth for one, and I don't have a filter and people want to hear certain things.
It's a confidentiality.
Yeah, but I find it interesting that there are so many cases where you see marriages, even the longevity ones, that they're like, oh, we've always had this problem. We just don't really talk about it. And it's like, so you just let the spouse kind of drown and never really brought it up, never really got sources, never really went out. And it's okay. That's the other thing. It's okay to go to other people, mentors, pastors, positive, maybe a grandma, a positive uncle that understand, have been married, or that gets the idea, that has a different outlet for things, not just your single girlfriend that wants to twerk every weekend. You're gonna ask her about your husband.
Yeah. And another thing to go with this analogy is the fact that the girl was out there in 25-foot water and the lifeguard was out there. Guess what he did? When he got out to the float, he swam back with her in the float. So he was basically holding her hand, keeping the float. He was still using the float device that did drift her away to bring her back to shore. Right.
So he was using other things.
Yes. So he was using other things. So that's just like the
guidebooks.
The guidebooks. And also you can use the root of the problem to bring it back.
Oh, I see you. I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the problem was the swan.
Points. Okay, I didn't think about that.
The swan blowing out to sea.
Instead of leaving the root, you bring the root, which is if we're having communication problems, if we're having intimacy problems, if we're having family problems, kids, if I'm just not feeling something, we're still gonna talk about that's the root versus just skipping over. Oh, everything is fine, and we go to the counselor and we're good.
Yeah, so he brought her back with the float.
That's good. That's good. That's good stuff. Tonight, boy.
And once he got the float back to shore, what happened with the float? Did you see the float?
Yeah.
All right, where did it stay?
With the family.
Right.
So what that mean?
No, he actually, when they got united, the float stayed right there on the sand.
Oh, yeah.
And they got united.
So they moved it out the way. It wasn't the center of attention.
And now the family was united back with her dad and her sisters. And what they do, they showed, once she got back, what did they show? Affection. Once she was able to get back, they showed the affection.
That's good.
On how they missed her, how they loved her, how they were scared.
They thought she could have drowned or not got caught. Like she would have been out.
Probably talked about how they will never let this happen again.
how the sister's probably gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
Somebody getting their butt whooped for
Yeah.
letting sister go far away.
Yeah, so how we're not gonna go.
The mom gonna hear about that story, boy.
Yeah, how it's not gonna
Divorce might be on the table because of that.
How it's gonna go unnoticed, not unnoticed, right? So
Yeah.
the thing is that now that the counselor, the lifeguard brought everything back to shore, everything was okay. Got reunited with her dad, got reunited with your husband or your wife, and now that that situation happened, I'm pretty sure they will never let that happen.
First of
again.
all, we're gonna blow down that swan. My mother, you know what my mother said? My mother, she's silly. My mother said, if I had some scissors, I would have been stabbing up that swan as soon as it got back to shore. Like, we are never using this swan back in this ocean again.
Right.
Like, for honestly, I do believe when it comes to the beach and the floaties, I think certain things shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah, so that was like a pool swan too.
Yeah,
like
it was really bad.
It was big. Good thing it was big, but that's just like, like I said, the swan was the problem. And your mom said she would have got rid of it. And, I would have got rid of it too as well,
Like, y'all never seen this one again.
And so that's the problem. So when you do, or you have a situation in your marriage, you recognize, and what you do, you get rid of that problem. You cannot
keep it.
Keep it
in the garage.
Yes, you cannot cheat, or you cannot get caught talking to somebody you ain't supposed to be talking to and still have some type of connection with it. You cannot cheat and say, well, I'm done with them, but I still got their phone number. Or
you can't, the opposite, say that you're working on your marriage and still not even give your wife a kiss.
Yeah.
Every morning.
Or she's gonna dig into that because she was on that this morning. Hey
guys, it was a couple hours until I finally was like, okay, I'm gonna give in. I'm still waiting for my morning kiss. If I don't say something, Brandon forgets. And I'm like, dude, you need to get back to the 9 to 5, because I used to get them on rotation. So I got it today, didn't I?
Yeah.
Because you was going to the business. See? Yeah. Tomorrow morning, I can't wait. Tomorrow morning I'm getting some more.
So a thing about it is, when you do something,
that's sad.
No, it's not.
That's actually really sad.
No, it's not.
It is.
I'm not gonna elaborate.
It's really sad, guys. It is.
Anyway,
you don't think it's sad?
No, we're gonna go back. So, what the problem is, like I said,
get the root.
If you're talking to somebody and nothing haven't happened, but you still got that line of communication, you got to get rid of that. Right. You got to get rid of that problem. You got to get rid of that dirty laundry. Right. You got to get rid of that. If the flirtation stuff is going on, you got to get rid of that. All types of stuff you got to get rid of.
Like that. Looking at me like that.
You got to get rid of it.
Got to block the person, guys.
So you can bring it back home.
Right. So that's pretty much it. I think, we got straight to it. We got some good nuggets. We got some good information. We're at 30 minutes, which is perfect because we don't want to go too deep because, we got to get back on routine, the baby sleep. I didn't even get to shower him. I was supposed to shower him, bathe him, but it's okay. He bathed earlier. But anyways, besides that, I think it was actually, you did really good. I like this lifeguard idea. Yeah. Now you got to rescue me. Anyways, but appreciate y'all for chiming in. We got a couple people on that were watching. Share, like, subscribe, go to our YouTube.
Don't forget to lifeguard your marriage.
Yes, it's important. Sometimes we forget. Sometimes we just let people drown and don't even realize it. They just floating in the water, waiting to get just a hand, just grab on or something, Right. I need to go take a nap.
So again, thank y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all guys got some great value today. Again, follow us on marriage.p.o.r.n. Fear, open, renew, and navigate. We got something that we dropping.
Oh, in the next 48 hours, I want to say.
Yes.
I want to say 48 hours.
48 hours. We got something that's dropping pretty soon for you guys. Stay tuned for that.
Yes, we're excited. We've been working on it for a while. But besides that, we'll be on, what's today, Wednesday? Be back on Monday. For I think we should go back to like the men talk and all that stuff.
You want to go back to men's Monday and women Wednesday?
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Doing different topics. I don't know. We'll see. There's a new month. We're going into June, summertime.
Half of the year is
What
here.
goals have you guys done? Where have y'all handled? We should go. We should go. We should do that call, baby.
Oh yeah.
Marriage talk.
Oh, you know what? That's what we can do, guys. We could go over your
Marriage goals.
marriage goals the first 6 months of the year. So if you haven't got any, put them down, write them down. You got enough time.
You had a couple days to go over it.
Go over it. See what you accomplish. Even if it's just, individual goals. See what you accomplished the first 6 months of the year, because it
And don't
came.
get depressed.
Yeah, don't get down
You still
about
got
it.
6 months that you can tweak it.
Yeah, you can come back and recoup. But I'm actually proud of my
Anyway,
6
that's
months.
why he's talking about
Hey,
it. He's like, hey, man, I've been doing this.
Yeah.
He's so extra this
But,
year.
you know,
Every
it-
other year, he'd be like, I ain't want to talk about it.
Yeah, but you know what? I was
All right, guys.
intentional with looking
Thank
at
you
it.
all for chiming on. We'll go over the goals because Brandon is too imp about his. You'll hear it. You're gonna talk about it. Like I said, don't get depressed because that's how I was. I was like, oh my
I
gosh.
still got some
But I
major
was
ones I wanna
pregnant for
do.
most of the 6 months, so I'm not gonna be too hard on myself.
No,
Anyways,
you're good.
I'm down some pounds. That's a good part.
Yeah.
I'm about to get this workout. Any workout trainers out there? Any trainers? Please DM me, message me.
Female trainers only.
According to Brandon, it has to only be. I don't know. I don't get it. If y'all think different, we might can make a call out of this next time. Any personal trainers? He says females. I'm okay with either or. It's not that serious. You could train with us. It's okay. We can all get trained.
Okay.
What? Just because it's been a 6-pack, dude, don't mean nothing. He can help me get my
I
6-pack.
didn't say anything about nothing.
You dumb if it's a dude trainer.
I didn't say anything about nothing. That's what you
If
saying.
it's a dude trainer, so I'm not even a fat trainer. But anyways, y'all,
That would be a trainer.
any personal trainers, hit us up. Anybody out here in Lawrenceville, Gwinnett, kind of area. But we'll be back on Monday. We appreciate y'all. We might do the 6-month goal call. We'll see what's going on. We love y'all. Share, like. I'm also going to be posting another video of my son's Bible videos. He's still raising money for his Bible camp. However, it's one to donate, can donate. He's making these awesome short clips for kids, or even for adults. Just help him out. He's super excited to find some kind of way of working, which we're going to do a lemonade stand, by the way, this month. I think we are.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, have a blessed one. Thank you
Thank
so
y'all.
much.
Have a good night.
Yeah, put the twerk music, babe.